Keir Starmer's leadership has been thrust into the spotlight in one of the most dramatic political storms of the year. It's no secret that the Labour leader has faced criticism in the past, but this time, the backlash is reaching fever pitch. Claire Muldoon, a fiery political commentator, has unleashed a blistering attack, calling for his resignation and accusing Labour of being utterly disconnected from the lives of ordinary people. The timing couldn't be worse for Starmer. Official figures from the Office for National Statistics reveal that the UK economy has stagnated, with zero growth between July and September. It's a sobering assessment that comes as Starmer tries to navigate his first months as Prime Minister. For those watching, the questions are clear. Is this a temporary setback, or has Labour's stewardship of the economy already started to falter? Amidst this chaos, Claire Muldoon appeared on GB News with some scathing words that cut straight to the heart of Labour's problems. Her passionate critique struck a chord with viewers, sparking heated debates online and on social media. Check out the clip of Claire Muldoon tearing into Starmer with some truly jaw-dropping accusations.
Should we have a look and see what's in the papers? Dawn's shaking her head. I wonder why.
Because we have the brilliant journalists and broadcasters Claire Muldoon and Andy Jones with us, and one of them, Claire Muldoon, is already pilfering the baubles.
What are you talking about? We've been teasing this for weeks, Dawn.
In front of the elf on the shelf.
The elf on the shelf, which is...
Didn't do anything. Really
She's
didn't.
flashing her baubles at you, and it's still only 7:15 in the morning.
Look, you've made Cameron blush.
Honestly, I know.
You've made him blush.
Bit warm now.
Andy isn't blushing, though. Right, where are we going to start? Should we start with some doom? You can be our newspaper Grinches this morning. Claire, Daily Mail, front page. Economy is doomed.
Yeah, well, there's no doom and gloom with Muldoon, but today with Labour, I think there might be. The Mail is leading with economy heading for worst of all worlds. I mean, it is the Mail. They want to be quite anti-Labour, let's be honest. But there is truth, actually, in this headline. We are heading for recession, there's no doubt about it. The impact on small and medium-sized businesses with this employers' hike in national insurance contributions. I know local firms that are, £120,000 a year worse off. That's almost 2 full-time equivalents. What are they going to do? And with the Angela Rayner's new laws for bringing new Labour in, Labour workers, it's going to be very difficult for employers to get rid of rubbish staff who can't work properly, who want to work from home, they've got the right to now, and can actually activate their sick days immediately from starting work. Well, good luck with that. I'm a freelancer, not that there's anything to go by or whatever, but I'm only saying if I don't work, I don't get paid.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm very rarely ill. And as much as it would be lovely just to say, I'm not feeling very well, then, it doesn't really work like that in the real world. And I think Labour have forgotten what the real world is like for real people to live in. And globally, it is a catastrophic, enormous, rubbish hole that we're in at the moment. Look what happened in Germany at the Christmas market. Look what's happening across the pond in America. Look what's happening on our own doorstep. And all Labour seem to be able to do is snatch money any which way they can and not keep their word. I'm sorry, I've had enough of it. It's a complete omnishambles, and I think Starmer has to go.
The fallout from Muldoon's comments has been swift. Across the political spectrum, critics have pounced on her words as a symbol of broader dissatisfaction with Labour's approach. Muldoon's accusations that Labour is preoccupied with snatching money rather than delivering meaningful solutions are resonating with a public that feels increasingly let down by the party's promises. Recent polling data paints a grim picture for Starmer. Ipsos reports that 61% of Britons are dissatisfied with his performance, marking the lowest approval ratings he's had since taking the helm of the Labour Party. Even more damning are the warnings from the Confederation of British Industry, which has labelled Labour's budget as a tax bomb that risks creating the worst of all worlds by 2025. Manufacturing output is plummeting, domestic confidence is in freefall, and the mood among businesses is grim. For Starmer, the personal toll is starting to show. Sources close to the Prime Minister have revealed that he is feeling the relentless strain of leadership, with allies urging him to take a much-needed holiday to recuperate. Privately, even some of Starmer's friends are admitting that the pressures of the job may have been underestimated. One insider confided, "He talks a good game about needing to take unpopular decisions now, but I don't think he realised quite how unpopular they, or he, would be. Despite attempts to defend Labour's economic strategy, Chancellor Rachel Reeves has faced her own wave of criticism. Reeves, who has been instrumental in shaping Labour's fiscal policies, argues that the challenges are a result of inheriting a deeply damaged economy after 15 years of neglect. However, her explanation has done little to quiet the outrage, with many accusing Labour of simply increasing the burden on already struggling families and businesses. Adding to the chaos is the meteoric rise of Nigel Farage and Reform UK. In a shocking turn of events, recent analysis by Electoral Calculus suggests that Farage could be within striking distance of becoming Prime Minister by 2029. According to their data, if Reform UK were to secure 28% of the vote, they would surpass both Labour and the Conservatives, potentially forming the largest party in the House of Commons. With current polling showing a remarkable three-way split, Labour and the Conservatives each at 26% and Reform UK close behind at 22%, the political landscape is shifting in unprecedented ways. Farage's message is clearly resonating with disillusioned voters. Reform UK has managed to attract significant support from Leave voters, pensioners, and even young people, with a dramatic surge in membership among the under-25 demographic. Their bold strategy of leveraging new media and popular podcasts has allowed them to tap into voter frustrations in ways that traditional parties have failed to do. Meanwhile, economic optimism in the UK continues to erode. A staggering 65% of people now expect the economy to worsen in the next year, marking the highest level of pessimism since late 2022. The impact of Labour's policy decisions, such as cuts to winter fuel payments for pensioners and increased inheritance taxes on farmers, has only added to public dissatisfaction. As if this weren't enough, banking giant Barclays has announced a new wave of branch closures for 2025, further inflaming tensions in communities already struggling with access to essential services. Consumer advocates are warning that the closures could have disastrous consequences, particularly for those who rely on face-to-face banking. While Barclays has rolled out alternative services such as mobile branches and pop-up sites, critics argue that these measures are insufficient to meet the needs of vulnerable customers. For Labour, the challenge is clear: regain the trust of a disillusioned electorate or risk losing ground to both the Conservatives and the insurgent Reform UK. But with public confidence at an all-time low and dissent brewing within Starmer's own ranks, the road ahead looks anything but smooth. The next few months will be critical for Starmer and his team. Will they be able to reverse the tide of public opinion and stabilise the economy? Or are we witnessing the beginning of the end for Labour's current leadership? As the drama unfolds, one thing is certain: the stakes have never been higher, and the political fallout promises to be explosive.